For you?
Yeah. I don't even remember which. Wait, no, I never kept order of my minicasts. Alright. Ooh, it's steamed. Or,
Not steam.
what is that, Mike? Explain it.
CO2 probably.
I'm drinking a nice, refreshing A&W root beer. Not sponsored by A&W.
I'm drinking a tall, warm glass / cold can.
I'm drinking a warm mug of a cold can.
Of Mountain Dew, sponsored by Doritos.
Sponsored by Call of Duty Black Ops 3, which I've heard is not that good.
I've heard, like, the multiplayer is pretty good. I mean, but that's in the context of Call of Duty.
Yeah, that's true. I mean, I talked with Connor and Dan about it for a bit, and they said that it's just the PC port is awful. Yeah, we talked about it at lunch.
The PC port is horrible.
PC port is awful, and it should not be
Because it's literally the Xbox code just flipped over and bug checked.
Oh, goodness.
And not very well.
It's... Yeah, aren't consoles, like, limited mostly to 30 frames?
Well, I mean, the thing about it is they can do 60, and they usually do 60, but sometimes they do stupid things, like some games are capped. Like, I think Assassin's Creed Black Flag was... I mean, I heard it wasn't bad.
I know, but I can't stand playing at things at 30 frames now.
No, I heard that it was capped at 30 frames for a really dumb reason, and it was because they didn't want to, like... They didn't want to rewrite part of the engine or something, which is pretty much why Bethesda kind of has shit graphics. I mean, Fallout 4. Like, have you seen?
That is so true.
Have you seen how low poly the Pip-Boy arm is? Yeah, it's so bad.
I'm just hoping that it makes up. Does it make up in map size and
I heard it did. Although I'm probably going to be extremely disappointed because I am a fan of Morrowind. I have been recently playing the first 2 Fallout games.
We could talk about Skyrim.
I mean, I don't know if I want to get witch hunted, do I? I mean,
nobody watches these!
Yeah, I guess. So Skyrim, step 1.
My overall judgment is simple. It was fun and mysterious my first playthrough. Once I beat Alduin, I was like, okay, now what? And I was like, okay, I'm done with this. I can never, ever see myself replaying that game. Ever.
The replayability is like, it's almost like how when developers try to make difficulty by adding health and lowering your damage. Exactly. It's kind of like how, okay, so replayability, let's see. One thing about Morrowind that I mean, it makes sense, but I guess it doesn't totally make sense in a game-building perspective. Yeah. Is like, in Morrowind, there are just places that have absolutely nothing. I mean, you're in like a fucking swampland. Like, there's not going to be a cave every 5 feet like there was in Skyrim. Yeah. Jesus Christ. You know, there's like 15 Draugr tombs or whatever. Actually, I think there's even more than that.
There's like 270
dungeons.
The number 276 jumped in my head.
Yeah, like, because I remember being really hyped about that. Like, there was so much shit to do. And then when I played through it, I beat everything on my first thing. I 100%. Yeah. Pretty much. Except for the DLC, because, I don't like paying for things.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, I know that. Fucking... You're dangerous.
I don't care. And I'm going to get a VPN soon, so that doesn't matter. Well, I'll talk about that later or something. But, yeah, so I like 100%ed that playthrough. And I did not feel at all, like, enriched by playing that game. That's true.
That's very true. I was like, at very certain points, I was like, man, I can't wait to see what happens next. And then after, I was like, really? That was the ending? I walked up to a guy and went, dun, and it said, quest completed.
I mean, there's some cool shit. There's some good parts.
It's very pretty.
It is, especially on PC.
Yeah, it is. Like
Have you played it on PC yet?
Yeah, I played. That's what I played it through on.
Oh, you did? Cool.
I like 17. Actually, it was like at 36 frames.
You should try it.
I should, but it's Skyrim.
I know. But that game is so pretty on PC. But anyways, PC Master Race aside,
That's something we can both agree on. But that's rare. You don't know how rare that is.
All of the dungeons on the same type. My friends disagree with me on this, but they're almost as copy pasted as Oblivion's was, where it's like, sure, the layouts are different and there's different stuff in each dungeon, but it's literally like they have a folder. Bethesda has a folder full of files. It's like Draugr Hold Wall 1, Draugr Hold Wall 2, Draugr Hold Ceiling 1, and then they just like they build the layout and then they just attach the shit to it, and then there'll be a big room at the end with a Draugr Lord.
Yeah, Draugr.
Is it a Death Lord or something?
I don't remember. That's so much of an impact it made on me.
Yeah.
Does it? I just now realized it, but doesn't it seem like all the traps in all the dungeons seemed like extremely underwhelming?
They were really samey.
Yeah, there was the wall that like spun and got you with like the spikes. There were the rocks that would tumble down and you could jump over.
Yeah, I think there's like 2 or 3 games ever that have done traps well. Like
Tomb Raider, the multiplayer one,
really?
Did like you could set traps in like the multiplayer thing, and it was really cool because like one of them you could like they would be like hung up by their feet, and it was like a console game, so you had to like
an ally or something.
No, you need to like meticulously look all the way up and shoot the rope. So it was actually like that was like the one thing where I was like, wow, they actually like used the speed of the reticle like moving to the game's advantage. Yeah. I've never seen that before.
But yeah, and all of the traps in that game were, I mean, not to mention copy paste
and puzzles.
I hate puzzles in RPG games.
I really don't like them.
Especially, I mean, I don't. You know what I didn't mind? The Dragon Claw thing.
I did.
I mean, cool. Like
it did teach you a different mechanic where it's like, oh, you can inspect items. That's neat.
I went through a lot of that game not knowing.
I know, right? Same with me.
I mean, all the items are so pretty. So after I figured that out, I just looked at all my shit for about half an hour. But that happened.
I had I think my Elder Scrolls still sitting in like a barrel in my house. I don't think I ever gave it to that guy.
I have an eons aged magical scroll in my barrel in my basement, boy. Yeah, and then so we were talking about traps. The traps didn't do anything. At most, they did like
they would often kill you without you even knowing what happened, or they would either do nothing.
Well, if they killed you, you were out of potions and really low.
Yeah.
Which never really happened, because you just stockpile that shit.
Although I did really end up beating that game extremely underleveled. Like, the boss right below Alduin, like the Lich King or whatever it was,
yeah.
That thing was way more difficult than Alduin was. That thing destroyed me multiple times until
Alduin was easy as fuck.
Until I, like, parkoured past him and ran away. And then I beat Alduin in, like, one... I beat him in one. One try. There we go.
Try. I said run, and you didn't agree with me. I was confused. But, yeah. All the bosses are kind of...
I don't really think of...
I don't even remember if there were any good ones.
I like the Centurions.
Oh, those are cool.
Those are really... That might be just because I like the really...
I like the underground... I like steampunk.
Yeah.
I love steampunk.
And then, like, the underground fungi.
That's why I want to try that game where you're the steampunk, like, ship. What's it called? It's called like
Guns of Icarus.
Guns of Icarus. I want to try.
I don't know. Game. You need to look at game footage of it.
I saw gamers play it, but we're not talking about that.
I don't know.
It looks cool.
It's kind of like a micromanagement.
It looks really hard.
It's extremely difficult.
Like you need like one person per gun.
Yeah, that's pretty much what you have to do.
Yeah.
And you get to have like mechanics running around, which isn't that fun, but
yeah. And then what else was I gonna say?
Oh. One thing I did think that Skyrim does, and I need to actually go. I really like Elder Scrolls lore, but I
have words. You can finish yours.
That I don't remember who it was that said it, but one of the characters said that the elders, like we perceive time as going forward and backwards, like up and down technically. So like up would be future and down past. Elder Scrolls sees sideways, and that blew my mind. I was like, whoa, what?
It's just like arbitrary. Like some of that doesn't make any sense. Oh, did I just? Oh no, I didn't mess it up at all.
No, it's fine.
Some of that's just extremely arbitrary. Like that part of the lore. I mean, it's like it's a different point of view. Whatever.
Yeah, I mean,
it's
it
not
was
really
kind of
mind blowing, I guess, but whatever. It's cool. It's cool that they thought.
Yeah.
If you want, the lore in Skyrim was really underwhelming for me because there wasn't much actually like having to do with the actual like lore of the games. There was a lot of like I would say like micro lore. It was just like bits of family stuff or whatever. Like this family did this, and like or you break into a manor and it'll have the history of that family. And by the way, Lusty Argonian Maid is best book.
Yeah.
I found that the first time in Morrowind, and
I love how that's just like a thing they do now.
I thought it was fucking hilarious.
It's great. Have you ever tried reading any of it?
Yeah, I read all of it.
Oh goodness, I couldn't make it through like one of the books.
Why? I've read lots of porn.
Yeah, but not the Lusty Argonian Maid.
The Lusty Argonian Maid is not even like hardcore. It's like
I know that's what makes it worse. It's not even like
it's like softcore.
I know that makes it's like.
But he baked his bread in her oven. Like this is so great. Sexual puns ahoy.
I was gonna say something. Oh, you were saying going into the mansion. The thing Skyrim does a really good thing where you can replay missions and do them like completely different, but it's also like there's either the guns a-blazing or there's stealth.
The stealth is OP as fuck, so why would you do the other one? That was
I did guns a-blazing because stealth was boring for me.
Stealth isn't, I mean...
It wasn't fun for me, I should say.
It's not fun. Just, I don't like either. I don't like either of those options. Like, so I'll go into my spiel about my main reason why I don't like Skyrim is because of the way they do perks, skills, and all the things that you want. Like, say you want to make a character, right? So you're in any other game but Skyrim, literally. You play your character, any other RPG, you play your character to the maximum potential. In Skyrim, that maximum potential is everything. You can be the archmage of the fucking Mages Guild, the champion of the Fighters Guild, the king of the arena, at least that's in Oblivion or whatever. Yeah. But and then Listener, the Dark Brother, and the Dragonborn.
Dragonborn kind of lost significance after a while.
Are you the Dragonborn?
You're the Dragonborn.
But
cool.
Yeah,
sweet dude.
The thing about that is like, at least it's easier because you can it's a more casual game that way because you can be literally everything. But in my opinion, and I'm pretty sure a lot of people would think about like this, you should have limitations. Like if you wanted to play a mage character, your main faction would be the Mages Guild, and you would do shit with the Fighters Guild, but it wouldn't be the Fighters Guild missions. That would be how I would do that anyways. There would be a separate faction that you would not be a part of. Kind of like what the Stormcloaks were when you did the Imperials or whatever. And speaking of which, just how much that game affected me, I don't remember anything about the Imperials and the Stormcloaks.
Dude, there were so many like quests like that. What's like the assassin one? The Thieves?
Dark Brotherhood?
Yeah, Dark Brotherhood that I just started and I was like, I don't really want to be a part of you, so I just never did it. And I was like, wait, if I do all these quests, it doesn't really affect what other people think of me. And I'm like, I don't really like that. in a game.
Yep, it doesn't do anything to do whatever you want. If you want to do at least some form of choices matter, Oblivion has some where when you're a vampire, nobody will talk to you. Like, if you haven't drank blood in a couple days, everybody can tell you're a vampire. What?
Can cameras capture vampires?
No. Well, I mean, they're not supposed to, but in most lore they don't. In some lore
So if robots were to take over the world, would they never be able to see vampires?
Would robots, like, automatically win? I mean...
No, vampires would win. Robots couldn't see them. Because they have lenses for eyes.
Okay, so... But that... Oh, this is really off topic. But
doesn't matter.
Is it the sentience that allows... Because the human eye is a lens. Is it the sentience that allows you to see the vampire?
Oh my goodness. No, I think it's the electronic recording of... Actually, it doesn't make any sense because you can't see a vampire in a mirror. I think it's... Wow, I don't know. That's actually a really good point. I think it's
the sentience. Because, like, if you have the ability to think about what's there, that's probably why...
Why wouldn't you be able to see it through a mirror, then?
Because if you look in a mirror, it's not there in the mirror.
I guess, yeah, that's a good... I mean...
It's not physically there. If you see in front of you a guy,
yeah,
he's there.
Yeah,
guaranteed.
Yeah.
I can't remember the name, but it's a principle. It's kind of like Schrodinger.
Yeah.
But like if you turn around, you don't see him because you can't guarantee he's there.
Yeah.
If you look into a mirror, it's not. If you see a vampire through a mirror and nothing else,
yeah, you
can't guarantee that the vampire is there.
Well, what if you see most of the time you see, like, when people in lore see a vampire, they're, like, seeing the vampire in the mirror at the same time. It's like, oh, no, it's a vampire.
But that's, like, it's a whole...
I guess we're just messing with broken lore.
Yeah, it's kind of broken. I mean, it's all part of how they make films.
I think that'd be a pretty interesting idea, though. To have, like, a robot invasion takeover and vampires have to save the day.
Sounds like a shitty Netflix series.
It sounds like,
It sounds like a shitty Netflix series.
It's like Circuit of Freak, kind of.
I mean, a little bit.
Sounds like an ending that should have happened.
Like a separate ending. Like robots take over the world instead of dragons.
Circuit of Freak for, like, hours.
I love that.
That's so good.
I haven't reread it in a while. But, what's next? Oh, I was talking about the skills. Okay, so the whole thing about where you level your skills up is gay.
Yeah.
To me. Because like, I enjoy being able to flesh out a character as I go on. Which is why I enjoy, like, Fallout New Vegas' level system. You get skill points.
I really don't like skill trees.
I don't mind skill trees. But what I do mind is, like... I don't mind skill requirements for, like, skill trees are nothing more than a requirement list for that skill.
I guess. I just don't really like the layout of them, but I really need to show you Epic Battle Fantasy. You would love it. It's just an RPG. It's just an RPG. But it's done really well. The music's good. It's American, but it's got, like, moe. It's
moe.
like you have a cat, and I'm pretty sure his name is No Legs because he has no arms or legs. And for, like, the first 3 games, you just accept that he doesn't. And in the 4th one, they finally explain why he has no legs, and it's like this epic story about, like, these cat gods. It's so good. It's so good. It's so good. I need to show you.
What's our timer? I don't know.
18, 19.
18? Okay.
We're gonna watch Robots after this, and Mike needs to leave at 5.
I love robots. But anyways, I hate the ability. I don't mind being able to level skills, but maybe if you want to level as skills, you should. EVE Online does this. You have a limited amount of skill points.
Like ever?
Ever.
That's good. I like that.
Where, like, if they did Skyrim, you can level up skills as you please. But with Eve has a limited amount of skill points.
I like that.
Eve is great. I love Eve, but it's not a casual game.
Eve Online.
Eve is... Yeah, that's what I'm talking about.
No, I'm saying...
Yeah, Eve Online. Eve Online is a spaceship, like, where you're like, call it Capsuleer, and you get your first frigate ship, or whatever, you do some shit with that, you earn more money, and you can gain ships by doing easy missions, and they're just the cheap ships. And you can do shit like mining, and you can also kill pirates for money, and you can also go exploring and find artifacts and shit. It's really cool, but even if you insure your, there's insurance in that game, by the way. Even if you lose your ships, even if you insure your ships, if you lose them, you feel a complete, like, shame and don't want to play.
Is that the game where people spend, like, $10,000 on ships? And then they get broken in like,
game?
1 day? Yeah.
In-game money, yeah.
Like, microtransactions?
No. There's no micros. There are, like, some boosts, I guess, but it's not very much. Because it has an in-game economy. Like, actual economy. Like, similar to TF2 hats, except with, like, materials to build your ships, to build all the parts for the ships, to build all of this shit, and it's great. I love it.
I was gonna say, the one upgrade, there's a couple different upgrade kind of things I like. It's either, like, it's just straight all your stats get upped, or it's slots, where you have all these different upgrades to choose from, and you have, like, say, 6 slots, and you get to choose from the different upgrades to put which one in there. Because then you can switch up your entire playstyle along with it. And there's this game called Transistor.
Although for an RPG like Skyrim, that would not work out.
That's true, I guess.
For an online MMO, WoW kind of does that. You can pay like some in-game money to like redo your skill trees.
I was thinking more like action adventure games like Mega Man, or Mega Man Battle Network.
I never really played many Mega Man games.
Mega Man Battle Network has this thing. Oh my goodness, that game is so weird in the way that it explores like 15 different like really strange game mechanics, and one of them is this upgrading. What?
Game mechanics.
Shut up. Go die like forever.
Like
right now.
God.
No, okay, so they have, like, this screen, right? It's like a grid. You have to put in your different upgrade pieces, so that no color, like, different things, like, some would be, like, plus 400 health, or, like, plus speed or something, and no two colors and no two patterns can be touching, and they're, like Tetris shapes, kind of, and you need to, like, you can buy them and stuff, and you can, like, put them around here, and they have to fit, and, like, some of them can't be above this line, or some of them can't be, like, below this line, and some of them can touch each other, but some of them can't touch each other. So it's like this really intricate puzzle of, like...
It's very, very weird.
It's really strange, but I love it. I love it to death.
You could just do that without the stupid puzzle.
It's essentially... I don't know, I think...
Like, you can just have you could have a limit of 4 of these. Limit of 5 of these. And you don't need to complicate it a bunch, I guess.
I have to show you.
Maybe. Show me later or something.
Have you played Transistor ever?
Was that the game with the
redhead and the turquoise sword?
No.
Oh my goodness, that's a great game. You'd like its soundtrack and its art style.
I like platformers, but I don't play very much of them.
It's not a platformer. It's a turn-based, sort of turn-based.
Is it a turn-based third-person game like Fallout 1?
No. Well, it's isometric.
Fallout 1 is so weird for, like, how it works. The VATS in, like, Fallout 3 or whatever, it's kind of like a turn-based shooting thing, right?
Yeah.
Everything has action points, and once you enter combat, you can spend action points to walk or attack.
Isn't that how D&D is?
Yeah, it's probably based off of D&D.
Oh, it most certainly is, because that's like
But it's turn-based. It's cool.
It's really
unique.
It's a good mechanic. I like that.
You should play it sometime. It's like free.
Along with the stat thing, where you can like maximize everything, Pokemon actually does that really well. Where do you know what EVs are? Yeah,
IVs.
EVs.
I thought they were IVs.
EVs, because I always thought it sounded like Pokemon. And
yeah,
you can like.
There's a kid at our school who's like huge into I'm pretty sure it was EV breeding, and I'm like okay, just have fun, dude. I mean, do whatever you want, but I'll be having fun here with my level 100 Charizard with all attack moves.
Yeah.
I mean, whatever floats your boat, whatever goats your float.
There's only, like, very certain games where I'm like TF2, I get a little bit strategic into. Like, I actually, like, really count my cards and stuff. But that's, like, a pretty loose thing. With, like, Pokemon, like, competitive, you have to raise your Pokemon this certain way, or else you're going to lose. I can't really play games that have, like, a really...
win-lose mechanic?
A really established meta.
You know, me and my friends started playing a Korean MMO.
The Aeon? Yeah. I've heard good things. 22 gigabytes for a free game?
But it's actually fun.
No, it has to be good if it's 22 gigabytes.
It's actually fun. I don't know why. I'm a fucking, like, 3.5 foot tall little girl with a mech.
You're so creepy.
Hey, I have twin tails. Eat my shit.
Never before have I ever heard that expression. I have twin tails. Eat my shit.
And there's a boob slider. Of course there is.
Are you serious?
Dan...
Is yours maxed out?
No. Lollies don't have boobs. God, that's what the term is. That's what the term is.
I know, but it's just a fucking weed.
Okay. I love that game.
You got really high pitched right there. Both of us.
No, I love that game because it has such a unique... So it's kind of like WoW, where it's third person. Third person, you pick your thing. For my class, I'm on Technier or something. You can either be like a gunslinger with a pistol.
Wait, I think I may have seen this game.
Or you can have a giant keyblade that spawns a mech, and that's your body, pretty much.
Yeah.
They have a thing called chains.
Hey
boys,
okay.
We're back.
So my iPod is kind of filling up a little bit.
Yeah, it's filling up with space.
So we actually need to cut this.
Yeah, cut it up.
We need to.
What was I talking about?
Aeon with Keyblade.
It has a thing called.
Anyways, doesn't matter what it's called.
Like, you use abilities, and then once you use one ability, you can use another. Chain. It's called chain abilities. You use one, and then another, and then another, and then another, and it'll, like, have a lot. It's like combos in a fighting.
Ooh.
In an MMO. It's really cool.
Transistor has a little bit like that.
And then, that game is really fucking cool. I'm a giant mech. Joe is, like, a weird girl with boob slider all the way up. I don't remember what he was, though. Dan's a warrior. It's fun.
Boob slider all the way up?
Boob sliders. Boob slider all the way up! What are we gonna end? Skyrim. Shit game. Don't play it. Except for once.
I would say play it once on your friend's copy. Play it once. Do not buy it. A lot of money for something you play once and then forget about it. Unless you like broken skills.
Yeah.
Unless you like broken game mechanics. Otherwise...
Game
mechanics.
Literally.
Do you remember there was an old animator on Newgrounds called... I don't remember. He had a series called Taco Man. And one of them was Taco Man the Game Master. And it was like a very common joke to call him Taco Man the Game Master.
So today in 4th hour, I was sleeping because we had a sub today and we just did like a packet and then we were done. I was like...
Mike sleeping in school, big surprise.
I have my head down. I tried to breathe deeply through my nose and I suddenly snorted really, really loud.
Why did you do that?
No, I didn't try to. It was like, my head was down, my neck was like, my trachea or whatever was like, kind of pushing myself. I didn't try to. I popped up really fast, looked around, everyone kind of stared at me a little bit, and I was like, oh, I'm sorry.
I can imagine you go, sorry.
You ever scare yourself awake?
Dude, I
get vivid daydreams.
Sometimes I get...
When I'm tired, and I'll just kind of do the thing where you're like on a desk and just have like this. I'll like close my eyes for like 5 seconds. Something like I'll daydream about something really fucking scary and wake myself up like and jump.
I feel like it's like one of those things where you immediately forget about the dream because I always jump in the middle of class. Like I'm just laying there on my desk,
and I'll like imagine crazy shit. Like I'll be in the class, the teacher will be doing stuff on the smartboard or whatever. She'll like, and then I'll dream that she like comes up and smacks her hand on the table, and I like freak the fuck out for a second, and she's just still up there.
Yeah,
it is crazy.
Oh, before we close this out, I need to end this with a message. Thank you all for watching all my videos so much. I may be dead on Monday.